Tamerial Ramsey. I am 35 years old. Hometown is Chicago, Illinois. Willerny, Minnesota. I'm a single mom. I have 2 children. My son is Travion. He'll be 17 in January. And then I have a daughter, Tamaria. She'll be 14 in February. AS Human Services degree. A Bachelor of Science in Human Services from Metro State. Employment counselor with Ramsey County Human Services. You know what? I have built so many here. I loved Tom Reese. I know that. Tom Reese was a professor here in the Human Services Department. Tom Reese came out and met with my supervisor at the county and like basically had her find additional duties and stuff for me to do outside of my regular job so that my work hours could count as my internship hours. Encouraged me to, write them appeal letters. Do not be fooled by the disabilities that meets the human eye with Tom Reese. And then Kelly Corney Emerson, she was a professor, crucial to the whole process. Do research and expose yourself to the field that you want to go in. Go volunteer and just figure out what that field looks like. Opportunity for growth and advancement. And that's the best thing you can do. Having 2 kids, the house I was renting had got foreclosed on, so me and the kids were displaced. And my significant other got into a car accident, so I was enrolled in like 3 classes. I didn't pull out, so I was past the withdrawal period, so I ended up owing money. Then I was hit with like academic probation, and then I ended up hitting academic and financial aid suspension. In the long run, it just becomes a testimony because there were so many roadblocks there. I was just about, before I even finished my 2-year, I was at around a little over 50,000 in student loan debt. Fall of 2010. It impacted me because I had a probation over here, a suspension over there. But I ended up writing an appeal letter talking about everything that I had been through. And Inver was like, okay, we're going to give you one more chance to do it. And I came back in and did it with honors to keep going and stay in it. I did finally graduate May of 2014. Tom Reese, he was like, you should go for a student speaker. They ended up selecting me to be the student speaker at the commencement ceremony. Graduated, and then I ended up transferring over to Metro. My kids. I'm not sure that I would have been as motivated to do well without them. When you realize that you have an audience watching you and that audience has no way to provide for themselves and they rely solely on you, there becomes an intense desire to do well. When you got to write that appeal letter, and then you got to go in front of a panel of like 6 or 7 people. So I'm just telling y'all what I've been going through, and I really need to be back in here. They were open to that, so I'm forever grateful for that. As soon as I finished the 2-year degree, I graduated May of 2014, December of 2014, I got promoted within the county. In 5 months of me just getting the 2-year degree, I was able to promote. I was living out here in Inver Heights. I went over to Century, and then I got off on the wrong foot, wrong road over there. So I had to rethink it, and I'm like, okay, let me just go over to Inver and do it. And Inver ended up being the final destination for the 2-year degree. I was in 5th grade. I got moved to 7th grade. They looked at my test scores from like 4th grade. So 4th grade, I was testing at like an 8th grade level. 5th grade, I was at like a 9th and 10th grade level. So they said, in comparison to your peers, you know, that 7th grade class was intimidating. Them kids were bigger than me. When we moved here to Minnesota, I started my freshman year of high school at 12. I want to open up an organization called Operation New Normal. My goal would be to create a new normal for the younger generations. I would open up a center where I had transitional housing that was beyond, so it will be more long-term, looking at like maybe 18 to 24 months. I would educate and stabilize both mom and dad. Luxury apartments, I think that you have to instill a certain amount of fear in people, take them from where they are, put them somewhere where they desire to be, instill the fear in them to never return to that place where they once started, and then that way they will have the mindset, I need to work hard to keep this.